Nitin Srivastava joins us now from Delhi. Hey Nitin, good to have you with us. I was going to ask you how much it cost, but I just read. So 145 million bucks. What does India hope to get out of this? Country that has extreme poverty. I think more than 700 million Indians don't have access to a toilet.
I did not quite follow or understand.
Not a Pax Americana.
ISRO has always been more concerned with helping India's space program and other state goals than competing with other space organizations around the world. It has made a lot of progress in space technology and research by focusing on its skills and top goals that matter. This has helped it become a key player in the field of space. However, some parts of the foreign media, especially in the West, often said that India spends too much money on space and not enough on its people. Take a look at the short clip.
India's space agency will launch a spacecraft designed to boldly go where no Asian nation has gone. Thank you for being on the programme. There is a huge debate about a country like India investing so much in space.
Well, I think as recognised by India, the space technology is a very powerful one and a very important one if a country is going to progress. And I think they've recognised this and they make the investment. They've been very clever about their investment because they used to buy their satellites, they used to buy their equipment, but gradually they've transferred that over to manufacturing it themselves.
It is commendable that the guest had such an informed perspective on the subject that he was able to speak rationally about India's space endeavour. On the other hand, the news broadcaster did not appear to grasp the substantial advantages that come with having a space organization in a country. She continued by questioning whether there is evidence to support the notion that space programs have a substantial effect on the general economic growth and development of a country.
What evidence is there to show that countries that have really pushed forward in terms of their space programs have seen, an economic benefit?
Well, I can offer the news reporter a long list of examples in which ISRO has benefited India. Telemedicine, disaster management, crop forecasting, precision farming, soil mapping, defense. Well, who can forget the denial of GPS data by the US government during the Kargil war, when Pakistani military disguised as terrorists infiltrated India? This was actually a driving force behind the development of India's Navy, as satellite systems controlled by foreign governments are not guaranteed in hostile situations. ISRO and DRDO have contributed to India's defense by advancing its missile systems and providing numerous technologies. Education. The Indian Space Research Organization has helped Indian children in education in several ways, like teleeducation, mobile science exhibitions, and its various satellites like GSAT-11. It has played a significant role in providing internet connectivity in India, especially in remote and rural areas. Moreover, it is possible that the news reporter could develop seizures after discovering that India's lunar mission has found water on the moon's surface. The United States had spent a substantial amount of money on moon missions, including manned missions, satellite missions, and lunar rover missions, etc. However, it was not until October 2008 that India's Chandrayaan-1, which cost less than $50 million, discovered water on the moon. In fact, India's Chandrayaan project paved the way for additional scientific exploration and experimentation to be conducted by NASA on the moon. The Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has a price tag of over $500 million, and the Lunar Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite, which has a price tag of $80 million, are two of the most notable examples. Apart from legit scientific contributions to the space community, ISRO has challenged the idea that only rich countries can afford to participate in space research by showing that exploring space does not have to be a costly endeavor. ISRO's Mars Orbiter mission, also called Chandrayaan, was also a technology demonstration mission. India was the only country to reach Mars on its first try, even before the Chinese, whose first attempt in 2011 was failed and took 9 more years to reach Mars. ISRO reached this milestone for less than $73 million, which is a lot less than it costs to make a Hollywood movie. For example, The Martian cost more than $108 million to make. It is not because India is cheap, but because India used less fuel and more technology to reach Mars. Scientists also learned more about the surface of Mars because of this mission. ISRO has put several high-definition pictures of Mars, which in my opinion looks stunning. During the Mars conjunction in May and June 2015, Indian scientists used data from the Mars orbiter mission to study the solar corona. When the Earth and Mars are on opposite sides of the sun's corona can be seen as a bright ring around the moon. During a solar eclipse, scientists were able to study the solar corona and places where the temperature changes quickly because of this rare event. Scientists used the data they got from this event to study the temperature density and magnetic field of the solar corona. This helped them learn more about how the sun works and how it affects space weather. India has also given its neighbors like Bangladesh, Bhutan, the Maldives, Nepal and Sri Lanka access to a specialized satellite. The satellite is also known as the SARC satellite, and it can be used for a variety of purposes beyond simple satellite communications. These include weather and disaster warning and management, navigation, education and e-governance, agriculture and more. As of March 26, 2023, India had launched 422 satellites for 34 different countries. India has also become known as a trustworthy and affordable place to launch satellites, which has brought businesses from all over the world. In the past few years, India has sent satellites into space for countries like the US, Canada, UK, France, Israel, Italy, Japan, Australia, Brazil, etc. Now, India's space agency has reached a point where it is actively contributing in astrophysics research. India's AstroSat space telescopic scientific achievements are too many to enumerate. In August 2020, AstroSat detected extreme ultraviolet light from a galaxy 9.3 billion light-years away from the Earth. It has also witnessed the emergence of black holes. India is also developing new technologies for more cost-effective space missions, such as a small satellite launch vehicle, which is designed to provide a cost-effective option for launching microsatellites weighing up to 500 kilograms into low Earth orbit. I can point out more accomplishments of ISRO, such as the India's reusable launch vehicle, which has successfully performed its autonomous landing. However, listening to ISRO's accomplishments may cause the BBC's brain to whirl and cause it to collapse into the ground, where India is about to launch its astronauts into space, while the UK is struggling to send a satellite into Earth orbit. Recently, India has added one more accomplishment in its list by becoming the first country to land on Moon's South Pole. Instead of criticizing India for why it is spending money on space, BBC should have asked whether India could help its country in the field of space technology. I am certain that India would never back down in terms of assisting other countries in space technology, just as it did for the United Arab Emirates to reach Mars, which made the UAE the first Arab country to do so. However,
if you're good at something, never do it for free. Or, aha.